Hey everyone, it's Brian, and welcome back to the More For Me and You podcast. This week, we bring in filmmaker and recently published author Romane A. Simon, and we get to talk about his journey from the little island of Haiti all the way to the big city of Los Angeles to share his art with the world. And we also get to talk about his social media preferences, and I'll let you listen in for that one. And then later in the episode, we discuss a film that Romane picked that's playing for free right now on the free streaming service Mometu. Evil Takes Root, The Curse of the Batibat. And I promise you, this little horror film, you're going to want to make sure you watch with the lights off. It is wild. So with that, we really appreciate you being here. And yeah, as always, we'll see you in the pod.
Yeah, that's right. You're tuning in to the More For Me and You podcast. That's real interviews, real movie reviews, real people, real journeys. If you real, lock in. I've been working all night, early in the morning. If you hustle high, hustle, you can never waste a moment. That's more for me and you. That's more for me and you. That's more for me and you. That's more for me and you.
Dude, so that film festival was dope. Dude, last year we met it 9 months ago.
Yeah.
At the Mometu College Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was so cool to see you, man. Like,
yeah.
And just meet you. Got to meet through Will from Ringling, who won Best Picture. Dude, such an incredible filmmaker. Did you have a good time at that event? Or?
Oh, bruh, come on now. I was on the dance floor after the party. So Will told me about the festival, and then he was like, bro, you got to come and visit. And I always want to support what he's doing. So when I came, it wasn't just his film, but it was all the filmmakers, you and your team, and it was so amazing. And I felt like it was like family, you know?
Yeah.
And you guys genuinely wanted to push those filmmakers, and I love what you guys doing.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We're putting a lot of effort into that festival and just trying to support the future filmmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I founded the film festival specifically to help bridge that gap between being a college filmmaker and then making it into the industry. And hopefully, even if we just impact one student's life every year, like it's a win.
Yeah.
Luckily, through the first 2 years, we've been able to impact multiple filmmakers each year. So like in different ways.
Yeah.
And so it's been such a victory in my mind. And we're only in year 2. We're just now getting into year 3 this year. So
wow, that's amazing.
definitely make sure to invite you to this year, regardless of who wins, if you know anyone or not. Like we have to have you back. Cause
no, I would love to. Actually, would love to be part of, the judge or whatever that I can do to give back to the young filmmakers, because being in film industry for a long time, I was, them once. So I want to, help and support the young filmmakers.
For sure. It's so tough, like being a young filmmaker. I wouldn't say young like age-wise, just young in your development, right? Young in your timeline, because everyone's timeline's different, right? You could be typical college age, which is like 18 to 22, or you could be a little older, kind of get your start later, whatever it may be, right? But it's so difficult. It's such a hard industry to break into, and it needs that opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that like we were able to build a team to make that festival happen, to where we're able to give somewhat of an opportunity. There's so many other opportunities out there with different festivals and such, but like being catered specifically to the young college filmmaker, all the brands that are involved in like promoting our event are all on the same page in doing so. So I'm glad that you had the kind of the same feel and kind of that family vibe, and we just want to make it fun and light and at the same time make it serious and celebrate all these filmmakers, because they put so much effort into their work. They pitch their films, and they go into like these pitch project kind of times with their school. Like it's not even with their real world stuff, right? But they're working on these projects for like months, if not years, to get to their senior thesis, and they pitch it. Then they got to work on finding a cast and locations and all this stuff and like funding, and they get this senior project, and then like they got to go compete with like people like you.
Yeah.
And that's so hard. Like you can't, it's so hard to compete with an experienced filmmaker, because you already went through all the stuff that they're going through. So to do something that's specific to just them, like.
Yeah. What makes you want to start the festival?
Kind of that, but then also, and I talked about this on there's a red carpet interview I did that's on our socials. but I did with Tatiana on the red carpet. But we talked about how my father was a filmmaker.
Okay.
And so being a child of a filmmaker who didn't have the opportunities of what streaming provides and what the kind of the new technologies provide, it could have made my world a lot different if he had the opportunities potentially that, you know, while he was a filmmaker at UCLA.
Yeah.
And so I looked at that as, you know, why we started the festival, to help those next filmmakers, the next generation, even just get one step further in their journey, just get a little help, hopefully build one more connection.
Yeah.
So that hopefully that could make or break their opportunity in life. So that's kind of the basis of what we did, but there's a lot of other reasons too, but it's just the main reason, and that's from the heart, is impacting them. So, but I'm glad you just got that feel. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about me. As much as I love to talk, we're not trying to flip this here. No.
So I'm gonna get started.
I'm gonna flip it right back 180 back to you. Thank you for being here.
Of course, thank you.
And you are an incredible filmmaker. I've seen a lot of your work already, and I cannot wait to house your films on Mometu as well. I'm really looking forward to that. But let's get back to you.
Okay.
Not just the you today, but I want to go back in time to where you were growing up. I want to get to know Romane for Romane.
Okay.
So where are you from originally? Because you have a slight accent.
Yeah, I'm from Haiti. Yeah, so I was born in Haiti to a political family. Filmmaking actually was never in the card.
Yeah.
You know, it was either politics, medical, something that, you know, that has to do with business or politics. But I fell in love with filmmaking, you know, and growing up in Haiti around the unrest of political events, it makes it difficult to have a clear mindset of being a filmmaker. You know, you just want the things that you can for sure be able to feed your family off of. So that's the typical, you know, Haitian, you know, household, you know. But I grew up in Haiti and moved to the United States about 17 years ago, and just been in the film industry.
Very cool. What made you fall in love with film? Like, what was kind of your first, even fondest memory of, like, not just film, but also like, this is why I want to do this?
I think growing up in Haiti, I've seen so many sad things that happen. There was a coup that happened where the president was removed from my country and shipped somewhere else. So I've seen so many people getting killed, so many people getting set on fire. It was like a purge on that day. So I wanted to be able to tell a story and paint stories that resonate with me, whether it's about domestic violence, human trafficking, action film, horror film, which is I came from a family that, there's the voodoo part and there's the Christian part. So I fell in love with filmmaking at an early age, but it was between filmmaking or dancing.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay, you're a dancer, like the kind of rug?
I love dancing, watching Michael Jackson since I was little.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I want to get into filmmaking. And now here I am.
So cool, man. I gotta see you on the dance floor now. Let's go. We're gonna get you involved with Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, Mometu Dancing with the Stars.
we'll do our own production. I love that.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll get you on the real Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
I know you're gonna get there. I know it, man. You're gonna be a big name out there, bro. But so you kind of got into the dancing a little bit. I want to talk about your different roles because doing a little bit of research on you.
Okay.
You're not just a filmmaker. Like, you're a director, you're a producer, you do acting. You also do some stunt work.
Yeah.
Tell me about all the different roles you play. Like, what? I mean, you're pretty well rounded. So I want to learn more about you. What do you do?
Stunt. I translate stunt because of my background in military. Because my family, we grew up in military, grew up in politics. So you learn how to like dismantle somebody or how to like shut somebody's body down. But action is like an art, in the film industry. So I wanted to bring all that craziness and bring it to the big screen. So that's how I started to do stunt work. I even did a couple fights, when I was in Florida. I did a couple fights, and I thought I was gonna be a professional fighter,
Like MMA?
Yeah, MMA. Yeah.
Tell me more, dude. Like, what do you
so that's 9-2. My record was 9-2. So won 9 and lost 2.
You won 9 fights.
Yeah.
In MMA, like in the octagon, kind of like.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So, but
I'm not gonna mess with you.
Oh, come on now. That's my brother right here. You
I'm
know,
not gonna mess with
he
you.
found out he was Haitian, so 5%. But yeah, so and you know, watching Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Michael Jai White, and all those people, I was like, you know what, I can do this. You know, and then that what's bring me into stunt work, and now as a director that knows stunt, I can direct the best, you know, stunt action film.
Absolutely, especially for those action films or any fight scenes, whatever. That's so cool, man.
Yes, yeah.
You get to like get real, like in there with them. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I love that. And I fell in love with writing. It's a way of expressing myself. I just recently launched my second book. The first book was mainly like a fiction about a vampire love story called Red to Black: The Power of Love. This one, Fading Light, is more like me healing my heart, because I had a few very bad heartbreak that literally nearly broke me, because how I grew up, I never know how to process feeling. I never cry. You never taught to cry. You always got to be strong. Yeah. You know, so when I lost my daughter, you know, in that process of the heartbreak, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So, and it almost made me fall into either drugs or alcohol, because there was so many emotions you're feeling for the
kind of depression state.
First time.
Yeah.
So after 3 years, I was like, you know what? I have to find a way to release, because, you know, I don't really go to, you know, therapy. So writing this book was kind of like my therapy, you know, everything about love, the good, the bad, the ugly, the heartbreak.
Yeah.
And now
is this the book?
Yeah, that's the book.
So you kind of mentioned before it was poetry, right?
Yeah, it's a poetry, and then it's also have my love story in it as well.
Wow. So really letting people in.
I'm gonna get you a signed copy.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. So yeah, and then writing. I get the writing. I love writing because I'm able to express myself, you know, as a person, whether it's a script, whether it's a song, whether it's a poetry, you able to express yourself, you know, and everything else come easy.
I appreciate it, man. Well, appreciate it. First of all, signed book. I don't think I've ever had a book signed for me.
What?
So
Come on now. I thought you had like a whole wall of signed book.
No.
Working on like the coolest brother in town, you know?
Well, now I am going to have your book on my shelf, dude. I do have some books, but none of them are signed.
What? We need to track down the writers and get them signed. Yeah.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited.
Yes,
that'll be my next one that I have to get into.
Yes, yeah.
So did a little fighting, MMA, stunt work.
Yeah.
You're producing, directing, you're acting.
Yeah.
What don't you do? You write. I mean, what don't you do in the industry?
Currently I'm slowing down the acting because I'm teaching class how to do stunt work and how to do action on camera, camera action. So I'm teaching that every Monday and Sunday. So and then in between my feature films and you know these projects that I'm working on. So
cool, man.
Yes,
so what do we know you from? Like what projects have you worked on that maybe someone will know you for, or what do you feel people should know you for?
Let me see. It's kind of hard to tell. I would say The Devil's in My Heart. That's one of my feature film that actually get a lot of fans from because of the horror film. And then Killer Connection is another horror film that made it pretty big. It was really charting the top on Tubi and different platforms. Oh,
don't say the name. Don't say it. I'm just kidding. We love Tubi.
Yeah. So and then there's Street Dream Los Angeles, which is we were able to get a lot of people to go and see it in different theaters and stuff like that. So yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. You did some music videos too, right?
Yeah, I produce over 100 music videos for different artists, and you know.
What are some of the top artists that you've worked with?
I would say there's Chris Brown, there's The Weeknd, the Kardashians, also some famous artists in my country, and Passive, Wuchel. There's quite a few artists I love.
That's so cool.
Top Song, you know. So
that's awesome. You got a lot of credits to your name. Look at you.
You know, just working.
You're doing a little bit. See, this is the thing. You're doing a little bit of everything.
Still working, yeah.
You're gonna take my producer job soon, man. you just dabbling.
No, he'd be like, not today.
I mean, you almost tried to take my job too because you started hosting. You tried to take over and start interviewing me.
Come on now, let's talk about you. You know, you have a whole network and everything. So that's big actually. That's big.
I haven't done anything nearly what you're doing. So.
Come on now. Let me tell you, having a network, because I tried it to have my own streaming platform.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy. You accomplish it. You got over 50 films. You got so many things. You got a lot of watch hours. I was on your website watching a film. And it's amazing things you're doing. So I don't want it to just be about myself because you're doing so many great things, man.
We're not talking about
I give you your flowers. You know what?
Can I take this? Give me the whole plan.
The whole plan.
That's a fake plan. We're not taking that one.
Look, I give you a book.
I will take the book as a form of flowers. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, we're very excited with where we are, and hopefully by the time this episode drops, hopefully we'll have some of your work. I
have three for you. Two of my very first film. One is a horror film called Our Way.
Yeah,
you know, like The Way I Am, The Way You Are, and then the other one is called Life of Gia, and then I have the bigger last horror film, The Devil's in My Heart.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch those on Mometu. So if you're listening, make sure go check those films. They should be on there by the time you hear this episode. So
quick plug. My name is Romane Simon. If you're not logging in and tapping in with Mometu, you are square.
Oh, that's so funny, man. But so what are you currently working on? What's in the works right now?
Right now, I am getting ready to release 2 feature film. I'm Not For Sale, and then also Family Man.
So Family Man's on the hat. Yeah.
Yes, Family Man. Yeah. So Family Man, it's based off a man who lost his family due to a car accident based off a drunk driver, and he's fighting for justice because he's getting away with murder. And then I'm Not For Sale is based off human trafficking, the horror around human trafficking. There has been a few human trafficking movie, but they didn't make it as ugly as it is shown, and it is the real human trafficking. So this is what people will get from this movie. How do they live? How do they sleep? You know, if one of them get pregnant, what happened? Things like that. And then also, getting ready to also do a TV miniseries, and hopefully we can do that together.
I love it, man. We'll keep working together as long as you'll work with us, man. We love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So where can we expect those films, or when can we expect those films?
So in May, you should be able to see both films. Right now, talking with a streaming platform and then a sales agent for Lionsgate. So hopefully this deal could be better than I want it to be, but I also want to work with you as well. So
we'll get there.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. There's multiple windows of opportunity, so we don't always have to be the first. We understand that.
Yes.
We've been very fortunate to work with some filmmakers and have Mometu be their first place. But we also have an incredible library of content that we are not the first ones to have. So our users will get to experience you one day or another.
Definitely. So by the time this is dropped, they will be able to watch 3 films.
We have 3 of them. And then so that's what you're currently. What's next? Like what's in the works that's like not quite in the works yet, and kind of your next step as a filmmaker? Yeah.
So Laundry Tale, that's the miniseries, and then also we did a pilot called Fight Club, based off the last project.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, what do you do?
That's the first rule of Fight Club.
Yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club. So this is one. It's a mini series.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking about turning it into a feature film if Netflix or one of those companies don't say anything. It's an action, underground action. Like the original Fight Club, but this one it goes deeper into each fighter's background and what got them to where they are right now. So, and then I am going to be doing a Christmas movie.
Oh, you're doing a holiday film.
Yeah.
I love it.
My first Christmas movie.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, super wholesome, or is it what kind of a holiday film? Because there's some other I've seen some holiday films. There's like Santa Hunters where they're going out. They're like trying to off Santa. So what do you?
Oh,
what,
yeah.
is it
watch
gonna be a
all of
wholesome
them.
film, or is it gonna be like a? Because I know you made some horror films, so you're gonna make
Sadly, it has some fun. So, little bit about it. It's about a group of kids who always go window shopping, but their parents have nothing. Their parents are very poor, but they always see kids sitting on Santa's lap, and then they live in the mall with gifts and things like that. So they decided they wanted to kidnap Santa. So they kidnapped Santa to like, where are the gifts and everything? And be like, man, I'm just an actor, you know?
Yeah.
And then they ended up learning a lesson. It's not about the gift, it's about the family. Your family is still there for you. So it has a story.
The haves and the
behind it
have-nots.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That's a good thought.
That would be my very first non-serious film, because I mainly do action and horror film, but this one will have.
I think it's pretty serious, though. I think that's a serious topic. I mean, a lot of kids grow up with or without things, so like, and that's probably a real thought from someone. Like when you really truly believe in the spirit of Santa, right? And you grow up knowing that like Santa brings you presents, right? Like versus like other ways. And like my son right now, he's 3, and he's a big proponent of talking about Grinch because we've taught him about it, and he's like, the Grinch took our tree. And the Grinch took the lights down. Like, it's like, hey man, Christmas is over. The Grinch took the tree. Like, so it's everything. He doesn't think it's us.
Okay.
But there is that. So like, yeah, I mean, kids will believe a lot of things, and I think that's the best thing about being a child is your imagination and all that stuff. So that's cool. I like that story.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna watch that one.
Oh,
for
definitely,
sure.
definitely. You have to be VIP at the premiere.
Yeah. So is that like a 2026 project kind of thing, or
no, this year.
You're gonna make it this year.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start pre-production the next 3 months, and then to have it ready to start premiering around late November.
Okay.
And then
so that's your process. Like you could legitimately go from start to finish not since inception of idea, but like from start to finish within like 6 months and be ready to rock.
Oh yeah, I do 3 films a year.
That's great.
Yeah, so I do 3 films a year, and then at least 1 miniseries, and I will happen other people's project, because sometimes people will invite me as a producer, and then I will bring in all my resources, whether it's location, whether it's talent, and just create, because I cannot sit and not create. I think that's what happened with this book. It was because I have a length of time doing the Writers Guild and the actors strikes, so I was like, you know what, that's a length. There's not really much going on. So no commercials. It was mainly music video, which is I like doing music video, but you can't really tell a story in it. So I started writing a book, because I had so much time for me to be drowning in all the sadness thing that happened to me, whether it's childhood or love life. I was like, you know what, let's put it on the paper.
It's good therapy.
Just live it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a lot cheaper than going to therapy too. So
yeah.
So let's take a second, only if you're okay with me asking you. Is there something that most people don't know about you, like that our listeners or watchers can know about Romane? What's something that most people don't know about? Because we could read your IMDb, you could read, search your name and find a little bit about you, go to a website, whatever. What's something that some people don't know about you? I
am a good cook.
You're a cook, okay.
Yeah. And then a swimmer.
All right,
and dancer.
Like swimming, professional swimming.
I can be under the water for like 90 seconds.
Very cool.
Yeah, it used to be over 2 minutes, but doing COVID, I started eating a lot and drinking a lot.
Yeah.
So
who
those
didn't?
things shorten your breath. When you drink a lot, it shorten your breath a little bit. The same for smoking.
Yep.
So then now I can do like 90 seconds.
Okay. What's your favorite stroke of swimming stroke? Like,
I will go early in the morning, and then I will do at least
so use it for your exercise. That's what you do in the morning.
Yeah, exercise, stress relief.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you go on set and the way things were supposed to happen, it doesn't happen, and I would just go home and swim.
Or
dance on set. So that's why you will see a lot of BTS on me on set. You will see me dancing.
Let's go.
But it's mainly because of trying to brighten my day.
I love that.
Yeah.
Finding ways to finding moments to decompress.
Yeah.
But without having to go away from everything too. And the cool thing is, so one of my friends does this all the time. She dances all the time. She's an influencer. Shout out to Kelsey if you're listening. But she just dances all the time, and her kids love it. Like, but she'll put on music. She'll just randomly like kind of a music roulette, and she'll like ask Alexa to put on whatever genre, and just whatever happens, and then she just dances.
That's amazing. That's amazing because it also help you to like relax your brain, because one thing I learned to my dad always say as well, stress is like a virus. When your virus hit a computer, slow the computer down. That's what stress does.
100%.
It's, before you know it, you're forgetting where you put your keys and things like that. So anything that happened throughout the day, just like find a way to relax your mind and know that things will be better.
You know what it also does? It gives you gray in your beard.
You see mine?
I get a lot, so I got a lot of salt and pepper in here. So
okay. I thought it was because you're wise, man.
No, I'll take that all day.
Come on now.
I'm not very wise. I'm not the smartest man in the room all the time, but I'm always willing to listen though. That's for sure.
That's good.
Which
you
is
learn.
actually is
you learn by listening. But when I show up at your event, you look like you're the smartest man. Because everybody was there because of you having an idea. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah. And then every little pieces you move to make it happen, but we was one. It was you.
Yeah. So we have Chef Romane too, though. So what do you like to cook?
Caribbean food, Haitian food. I cook Haitian food. I can cook Thai food. I can make like the best seafood gumbo. So if you ever in town, if you eat seafood,
yeah, absolutely,
let me know. I'll make the best seafood gumbo for you.
If you're not allergic to seafood, especially if you're not allergic to shellfish, unfortunately, my brother is. I was like, you have to enjoy seafood. You have to. It's so good. It's so good for you too. Yeah. But so all right, we'll have to put that on the books. 100%. I love to cook too.
Books are?
No, the books, as in like put it on the calendar, man.
I thought you meant this book.
No, we'll have to put it on the books. We're definitely gonna get the book and sign it and all that stuff. We're gonna put something on the books where we can make some food together.
Yes, yeah.
Nothing better than breaking bread and enjoying that time. I will say that one of my favorite companies recently is called Truff.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've heard of Truff sauce. TRUFF. They put truffle infused into different sauces. So they have like an olive oil, they have a hot sauce, they have a buffalo sauce, and then my favorite, which I use a lot for my barbecue, when I'm doing like chili, I'll do like a smoked chili. I put the jalapeno truff sauce. So it's like truffle infused jalapeno sauce.
Okay.
And I put that into my chili. And then I also take like their hot sauce and I mix it in the meat that I used for it. So like I'll cook the chili, the meat on top of the chili, like on a rack. So all the drippings and flavor as it cooks in the smoker drips into the chili. So there's just extra flavor that builds into that. Okay. I mean, it takes me like 4 or 5 hours to make my chili. Wow. And it's just a very slow process. Yeah, very slow process.
I want to try that too.
But the flavors are insane. But I will tell you, truff. You got to look at the truff sauce. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna include that on my recipe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, final words. Where can we find you? Like, where can people find you? You can even look right into that camera and tell everyone, where can we find Romane? Hi,
my name is Romane Simon. You can find me on Instagram, Romane Simon Official. Facebook, Romane A Simon. It's my middle name. And then
right on the top of the hat there too.
Yes.
Yep. There it is. Romane A Simon.
And then Myspace.
MySpace? What do you talking about MySpace?
MySpace, the dancing machine.
Do you still have a MySpace? Yeah. Oh, man. Let's go.
And then
get a hand clap for a MySpace.
TikTok, Simon the dancing machine. But yeah.
Tom from MySpace is still relevant. Look at you.
You don't have MySpace no more? No. I like it. I like the playlist.
I used to love it. I haven't used MySpace for so long. That's so funny.
Wow. Your producer have MySpace, I think.
If I could somehow figure out like my password or even the email I used for, I don't even know, bro. Like,
it's been so long, but
back when I had AOL, like dial-up internet AOL. I remember. Oh my goodness, that brings back some memories. Wow, MySpace.
Yeah.
Thank you for that moment. Oh my goodness.
Myspace.com/Simon the Dancing Machine. Not everybody knows. Oh, that's something people don't know about me. That one right there.
Have a MySpace.
I have a MySpace.
Well, I don't know how many people still have a MySpace, but I love that. I almost want to get a MySpace again.
You need to.
Just so I
it's
can follow
vintage, you feel like it's like, smoking
nostalgic.
it's like smoking, a Cuban cigar or something like Chardonnay. That's like from the 1800,
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. Or something from Captain Sparrow himself. One of the battle he's trying to drag with him after his boat crash,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Look at you, man. Awesome. Well,
MySpace.com/Simon this
Romane, thank you for sharing that with us, man.
Oh,
and thank you for taking us behind the veil a little bit, behind the curtain, to kind of get to know you. I think that's so needed for people to get to know artists in any space.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing and being transparent with us about that. But with that, we're going to take a break and we'll see you in a moment. Being a small business is difficult. And that's why each week we've decided to highlight a different small business. And this week's business was actually chosen by our guest, Romane. The business is called Heavenz Shroomz Coffee. It's Heavenz with a Z, Shroomz with a Z, coffee.com. And if you head over there, you'll find their unique blend of mushrooms and coffee, and Romane swears by it. So go ahead and check them out. Again, that's Heavenz with a Z, Shroomz with a Z, coffee.com. And with that, let's get back to the pod. All right, let's do it. This or that?
Okay.
You ever played before?
No.
Cool. Well, just this or that is actually brought to you by Coastline Travel.
Okay.
So for all of your travel needs, where you're going back to Haiti or anywhere else in the world, you can go to coastlinetravel.com and they'll help you with all your flights, your hotels, your excursions, transportation, whatever you're looking to do.
Okay, let's do it.
Go to coastlinetravel.com.
Coastlinetravel.com.
And mention Mometu. Or not. You don't have to. We're not getting any credit for that.
But you might get special,
I use Coastline for all my travel needs, and I appreciate them. So thank you, Coastline, for sponsoring this segment of the podcast.
Let's do it.
Well, let's get into this or that. These questions, there's going to be 20 of them. Yeah, I'm going to throw the papers all over the place, so just get ready for that.
Okay.
20 questions. Some of them are going to be just fun and playful. Some of them are getting a little deeper and more serious. Got to think about them a little bit.
Okay.
And just have some fun with it.
Okay.
But the first question we always ask every single one of our guests, just the first one. Everything else is catered just for you.
Okay.
Tacos or pizza? Tacos. All right. What kind of taco? Hard shell, soft shell? What are you doing?
I will do carne asada.
Carne asada tacos.
With everything.
Let's go. I love that.
With a splash of chili.
Would you rather prank someone or be the butt of the joke?
I don't like either.
You don't like either?
No, I don't like to prank people, and then I don't like to be pranked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like to be caught off guard.
I don't know. I feel like I got pranked by that MySpace comment. So.
Really? MySpace.com.
Would you rather go 50 years into the past or 50 years into the future?
That's a good one. I want to move forward.
Go forward?
Yeah.
Go into the future?
Yeah, I want to move forward.
See the unseen. I love that.
Oh, you mean into the future?
Yeah, would you rather go 50, like, time machine, back to the future? Would you got to go forward or would you rather go back?
If I go 50 years into the past, I will need to be more more healthy so I can be able to run faster. But so I don't get caught. But so I'll go to the future.
All right.
Did you get that one?
Yeah.
I'm a little.
I got you. Yeah, we're not going to go there. Would you rather stay in or go out?
I'm a homebody.
Homebody?
If there's music, I'll be outside.
Yeah, absolutely. You're cutting a rug for sure. Romane A. Simon.
Yes.
People know him. Would you rather be underestimated or overestimated?
Underestimated.
Yeah, you want to be the underdog?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Rich and famous or rich and unknown?
I would say rich and unknown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You like your privacy?
Yeah.
It's good. I'm gonna make sure I pronounce this right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Jumu or bouillon?
Ooh, how you? Oh, come on
Yeah.
now. You came for me now.
I did. I came for
and
it.
I can see the ancestors looking at me like, what is it? I like both of them. One of them is more seasonal. Subjumu is more seasonal, like every 1st of January. But I just made bouillon the other day. I have some, and so I would say bouillon.
Bouillon.
Yeah.
All right. I want to try both. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make you some. So,
what is harder, being in like an MMA fighter or being a stuntman?
I would say stuntman because it's more whiskey and you got to be thrown around, and MMA fighter, you don't really do a lot of those things that you do in film. So yeah.
And there's gonna be another question about that too. So wait for that. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea. Yeah, I like a good tea.
Yeah. Ginger tea, with cinnamon and turmeric.
Yeah, a little cayenne, maybe if you're sick. Yeah,
And a splash of vodka. And
we're going. That's kind of like a hot toddy except with whiskey, right? So,
yes.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Oh. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
The Wizard.
Yeah.
Video calls or texting?
I say video call.
Video calls.
Yeah, I don't
like
text much.
I like a good FaceTime.
Yeah, I don't text much.
Yeah, texting is needed at times, but video calls are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like you're right there.
Especially if I'm out of town and I want to see fam and everything. It's always so good. So you're on a first date. Are you going bowling or mini golf?
I say bowling because I don't know how to. I'm not too good at mini golf, but bowling. Yeah.
Are you a good bowler?
Yeah, I'm decent.
I mean, you have a lot of hidden talent, so I just have to ask.
I'm decent. I've won couple matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Ketchup? No. Mustard.
There you go.
I love it.
I was right there. Mustard.
Riding horses or swimming with the dolphins?
I would say riding horses.
Riding horses, even though you like to swim.
Yeah, I love swimming.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to trust dolphin 100%.
You get to remake a horror franchise. You get to remake it. Are you going to remake Final Destination or Scream?
My favorite one is The Shining.
Okay.
But Final Destination, I want to do it because of the thousand ways to die element to it. So I kind of want to do a crazier version of it.
I kind of had to go 2 films that were more like in the poppy kind of segment, right? Like a little more mainstream.
Yeah.
You're going to make one $20 million film, or would you rather make $21 million films?
I will make $21 million film.
You make 3 a year, so why not?
Yeah.
And
for way less.
Yeah. You can make for way less, and I mean the opportunity for profits there. Right?
Yeah.
It's really hard to make back $20 million.
Yeah, and I have the opportunity to meet some amazing talent that have big name and been in some big films that are, in my list that I can go to and be like, hey, I can give you $1 million film, but I can give you this.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's make it happen.
So now I'm going to hit home.
Okay.
Would you rather have lunch with Wyclef Jean or Raoul Peck?
I know that, like you were deep, like this guy.
Hey, someone does their research a little bit, right?
Okay. Come on now, that was like top notch right there. That's like the male Oprah. Like you dig in. Gosh, both of them are so great. I would say Wyclef.
I love Wyclef.
Raoul, we in the same lane. Wyclef, we can collaborate on something.
Yeah.
Raoul, we probably butt head.
Yeah.
Because we're in the same, same
True.
industry. But it
would be kind of cool to pick his brain too.
Yeah,
so
I love him. He's amazing. He's an amazing filmmaker.
Fugees, love it.
Yeah.
Okay, you get to reshoot a scene. Indiana Jones boulder scene.
Okay.
Or the Mission Impossible plane scene.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I like the adrenaline of being on a plane. And I'm kind of like an adrenaline baby. So yeah.
I mean, those are 2 of some of the most iconic stunt scenes. So I had to throw it out there. So you're gonna take your independent film. Are you gonna go win Cannes, or would you rather win Sundance? Cannes or Sundance?
I would say Ken.
Cannes. Why Cannes?
Ken open a wider door. Put you in the view of the Oscars, the Academy, and everything. but both of them are great.
Yeah. And last but not least, I do ask all the filmmakers this: best picture or best director?
That's the best picture.
Best picture?
Yeah. For everybody that put their work into the film.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when I don't enter too many film festivals. When I get invited, I always want to get the best film or a best actor for one of my actors.
Yeah.
So, because there's so many directors that are doing amazing, but can you get the best film?
Yeah.
So if you get best film, that means the direction was good, the acting was good, so everybody gets something out of it.
Yeah. And this is not a this or that question, but if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I love Haiti, and I live in America. I really love the opportunity that it presents. I like Hawaii.
Hawaii? Haven't been to Hawaii yet?
No.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
You can go to coastlinetravel.com and book your trip to Hawaii.
Okay, let's do it.
So go to coastlinetravel.com, visit our friends at Coastline Travel for bringing that this or that segment to us, and book your next flight to Hawaii.
And are they sponsoring my travel?
Maybe you could talk to them.
Okay,
You know,
I
don't represent them. You know, so you
I'll
have
let
to-
them know I have Myspace, which is, that's not everybody have Myspace.
It's true. That's very,
so,
very niche.
Yeah.
I can provide you popcorn. I can
Okay.
provide you a podcast, and I can provide you a platform for your movies, but I cannot provide you a trip to Hawaii. So you're going to have to talk to Coastline about that.
Okay.
All right. Awesome, guys. Well, with that, thank you for playing that fun game. We'll be right back. Promoting your podcast is hard, and that's why each week we take a moment to highlight a different podcast that either we enjoy or a guest enjoys. And this week, very fittingly, we chose the Horror Movie Club podcast. It's just these two dudes that get together. They're not quite nerds and they're not quite noobs, but they watch a different horror film every week and then review it and give us their 2 cents. It's pretty fun, light, and very entertaining. So if you have a moment, go check out the Horror Movie Club podcast. And with that, let's get back into the pod. Romane, I gave you a single task.
Okay.
Go into Mometu, check out all the films that we have available. We have over 6,000 movies, 10,000 titles. And I asked you to pick a film that we could do as a movie review. And you picked a film called Evil Takes Root.
Yes.
The Curse of the Batibat.
Now being Haitian, I can see the reflection.
I had to make sure I got that name right. It is a long title. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But man,
It's a crazy movie.
what a wild ride. If you're not familiar with what we're talking about, we're going to go ahead and play the trailer right now. So check it out.
You were in California when we phoned. Now I find you in my office.
Assumed you had questions, as do I.
Hi, Felix. It's Amanda. I didn't know who else to call. I don't feel like myself. I can't explain it.
Why do you think she called you?
I have experience with events involving the supernatural and beyond.
Your family's in our prayers, Doctor. You're a good man. God has a heart for good men.
Sadly, physical manifestations like these can accompany the grieving process.
Who did this to you?
Does it matter? No one is attacking your family using witchcraft.
You have any evidence supporting that claim?
You get back in the car now!
Nothing that a man of science would accept. And I came here to do something about it.
What's wrong with you, Sarah?
Once it's released, it enters a human host. Batibat.
Woo!
Yeah,
Dude.
that was something.
Dude, that film, I mean, just from the trailer alone, it just gets you. But when you actually take the time to watch that, man, I was not expecting.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep it spoiler free as best as we can.
Okay.
Because we don't want people to like know too much about the film. I think it is definitely worth watching.
It's worth watching, especially horror fan base. I have a very big horror fan base out there, like over 20,000 people that will just go watch my horror film. Definitely go to Mometu.com. This is worth to sign up for this movie.
Dude.
And along with so many amazing movies and some classic too.
Well,
yeah.
Well, you know what the best thing about that, Romane, is you don't have to sign up for Mometu because Mometu is free.
What?
Mometu's free. You can watch it for free. Isn't that incredible?
Gasp.
Now you can sign up and create an account, which is highly encouraged, so that people can actually
so people can watch it for
movies.
free.
Well, you watch it for free regardless if you sign up for an account or not. But you can actually save movies in the future and all that stuff. So if you want to save, you know, Evil Takes Root, The Curse of the Batibat for later because you just don't have enough time, you can go in and save it. You can actually sign in on your phone, save it, and then go back home, sign in on your television, and watch it. It'll be
That's how I
sitting there
started
waiting
watching
for
it,
you.
because you sent it to me on Instagram. I started watching it on my phone. I was like, nope.
Yep.
And then I have like a movie theater set, so I just sent it to my computer and then just watch it on there. It was amazing. I can feel everything.
Yeah. So you picked this movie. Why did you pick it? Like, I sent you a bunch of options and I said, hey, go on there and check everything out too. But like, you still went back to this one. Why this one?
I watched the other ones, watched the trailer. Obviously because I'm Haitian. I feel like this is hit so close to home.
Is that the voodoo aspect a little bit?
The voodoo aspect of it. And then also, I'm not, without spoiling it, there's a movie called Stepping in the Wimbo. That was the very first movie that put the Haitian voodoo into the limelight, where it was Hollywood. You know, that film made it pretty big. And everybody will, you know, meet me like, don't do voodoo on me, you know? So I like that movie because of how it feels so real. And yet they're not even Haitian or African or Jamaican, you know, that are known for voodoo. So I like the authentic of it, the actors, how they, you know, act so well in it, the sacrifice, and then the horrific part of it. You have a lot of surprise, where there's somebody getting grab off screen or somebody. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely the witchcraft element of it was really trippy. I don't usually watch films with witchcraft in them. I want to sleep well.
Yeah.
I watch some pretty crazy horror films sometimes, but just the witchcraft, for whatever reason, just like, I stay away from it. Just like there's like a psychological kind of thing to it that it
leaves you with an energy.
Especially with the religious aspect to it, right? Because there's a heavily religious aspect to this film. Not into the point of like overly
over the top,
like proselytizing their faith or whatever, but it's definitely something that makes it it makes it deep. It gets into your feels a little bit, because it's deeper than just like someone, you know, someone dying in the film, right? And then and someone just like in different you know, horror films, right? Like slashers and such, right?
Yeah,
that's stuff that I expect.
Yeah,
like I grew up on film sets, so like I've seen that stuff be done, and I know it's not real. When you get into witchcraft, like that messes with me psychologically. Like man,
especially being Haitian, I've seen so many people. I always have this question: how a human being have the power to do certain things like they do? You know. Like I've seen people that, you know, somebody do something and they get sick or something. I'm like, how'd that happen? You know? But it's another human being. Where they get this power from. So, and my great-grandma was also the priestess, you know? So I always, you know, kind of like watch it. One of my uncles is very big in it. I remember one time I took something and hid it that was very important to him. And then he asked everybody, nobody, you know, tell who took it. And then he was able to find it where I put it.
Yeah.
It's like he got a direction, somebody
wow.
tell him. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, but that movie, spoil time, that movie, the way it started, the mist. No, I'm not gonna do that. You gotta see it.
So let's get you're a filmmaker.
Yes.
How did you think the director, so that's Chris Freeman, how did you think he did as far as directing this film?
I think he did amazing. The pace, a movie like that can really put you to sleep easy if you don't know how to direct it pacefully.
Yeah.
And the actor, and then also editing. I feel like the editing was amazing because the timing of everything, the music, it keeps you going.
Yeah.
So it's an over an hour movie. So if you don't keep it interesting, people will fall asleep on it. And right off the bat, the very beginning of the movie, it captures you. So
Absolutely.
I like that. And I think he did an amazing job.
So if you like what he did, there's another film that we have of his on Mometu as well called Beast Mode.
Beast Mode. Now I have to go and watch it.
So another one. So
I think I'm becoming a fan then.
Dude, I really enjoyed what he did. Got your first thoughts on it. How was kind of the storyline for you? The pacing was good, but how was the storyline across the board? Because there were some really interesting elements that they placed into this story.
Mm-hmm.
What was kind of like your takes on that?
So in the very beginning of the film, toward 25 minutes into the film, I felt like it was a combination of different story they put in.
Yeah.
But as you get in deeper, you see, oh, that's why they did that in the beginning, which is it could be risky to put people at this mindset, but oh, they all over the place.
When you do too many storylines at one time, it can really make it so you're kind of getting lost, and you kind of like, all right,
Yes.
I'm over this film. I don't want to do it.
Yes, but they did it in a way where they took the chance, the risk, by you want to watch it just to watch it, and then you be like, oh, that's why this happened.
Yeah.
And you be like, okay, that's the reason.
So one thing I really enjoyed is that they did something that was more grabbed your attention right from the beginning, that got you invested into the film.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The storyline pieces kind of come after that.
Yeah.
Where some films, I feel like when the pacing is a little slower at the beginning because they're doing character builds, right? Like you're trying to just introduce you to everyone. You kind of get that it's too slow of a start, and people don't get as invested. So I think they did a really, really smart job by making sure that capture moment was right at the very beginning. It got you enticed, it got you intrigued.
Yeah.
And then the slower character development moment that you're kind of talking about 20, 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
Most people are willing to watch a whole film if they're invested within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So they were very smart about doing that.
Yeah, like me, if within the first 10 minutes you don't capture me, I'm not staying.
Yes.
So I've watched a lot of horror film. Like that's like my thing. I like making horror film. I like watching it religiously.
Yeah.
So if you don't capture me, like I could be the best horror film, judge.
Yeah.
Because I studied it so well. So what they did was the opening of the movie, they got you in there. They be like, okay, this is what you in for.
Yeah.
There's something happening, And then once you settle, then they go into the story. They drift off the road to kind of like pity hop of a few things.
Yeah.
Just to see, okay, if they can still keep your interest going. And then they go right back into it. The element of the priest, the religion element, the confusion, the two men. I'm not gonna tell too much, but I'm gonna go into it. But I like it. I like it. And they also have a great actor in it too. They have so many amazing actors that did their thing in it. So yeah.
A filmmaker once told me is those magnetic moments, the things that are complete opposites, but they attract, right? So like the things that they keep bringing you back together, but like they're things that are kind of pulling you apart. Those moments, I think that's kind of part of the two men, their story together. Really interesting how that kind of comes together and builds that story towards the end. So I really enjoy those magnetic moments, as the filmmaker called them.
Yeah.
So one of the other pieces that I really enjoyed about the film, because this is so important for a horror film.
You see how I'm sitting? Because you got me talking about it. It's like I'm watching it like, okay, let's talk. Let's go.
Let's go. The score, I felt was very well done. It's something that can really make or break a horror film.
Yes.
Because just having ominous tones, it doesn't make it.
Yeah.
Just having a shriek or a loud noise for a jump scare doesn't always do it.
No.
What was your take on the score and like how the sounds of this film were?
I think it was amazing. It was done tastefully where it wasn't over the top. Because a lot of horror film, they kind of like lean on the sound effect to keep the people going. Oh, it's a scary movie, which is not always work, especially nowadays. Back then, it probably would work. You will have the thing that would stay in your head, like the piano, But now, the way they took you, it's based off the scene. Does it fit the scene? So I feel like the the sound design was like stated earlier, it was amazing.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
pretty good. And also the sound effect. If I were to give a point on that, that was amazing. Because if it's a footstep, if it's an old, so one thing I always watch in a horror film, when you step into a staircase, not all of them sound the same. If it's wood, or if it's not wood, if it's an old staircase, or if it's new. This one, I feel like everything they kind of like did so well at telling what staircase this is when you're stepping on it, or the woods, if it's alive or if it's been dead for a while. You know, the way it breaks. I feel like that was also amazing. So,
really good Foley work. The characters, there's a lot of characters in this film.
Yeah.
The character development, we talked a little bit about that, but like, who are kind of your favorite characters in this film?
I like the young girl. Yeah, the young girl was amazing. The old lady, she, even though she opened the movie, she set you up for what you're about to see.
Yeah.
Like, within from, I don't want to say to within driving, arriving.
Yeah.
So she set you up for what you're about to see. I feel like it was amazing,
Yeah.
So when I know when you were watching it, when she's in the house and things like that, there might be something in the house. So I'm not
maybe.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
There
but
could be. I don't
let
know.
you know, like she didn't. So one thing I seen about her, she didn't act like she was in a horror film. She acted like it was a real life. She's checking on somebody.
Yep.
Then something else happened. So yeah.
So let's talk about the cast for a second, because I want to give them their flowers and make sure that they're mentioned here. Nicholas Gonzalez, who played Felix Fojas.
I've watched his other projects. So he was
the
amazing.
Good Doctor is what he's mainly known for.
Yes.
Incredible job being a very balanced character. I think that's really difficult to do, because he could have been too invested in one side or the other. I feel like he's still very balanced, and it made his character really believable all the way to the very end.
Yeah, and that was very different. Him and the other guy. If I were to go with somebody I want to work with, I want to work with both of them as a horror filmmaker. So the way they paint them together.
Yeah. Dr. Knowles, you mean? So that's Sean Kerrigan.
Yes.
The father.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's best known for Ford versus Ferrari.
Wow.
So they've had some pretty big credits in this film, which is
that's amazing.
This is what I love about indie film, is that there are characters and there's actors that are in, let's say characters, they're actors that are in these films that are doing some incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And this could have been like the beginning of their work, or sometimes maybe it's the latter stages of their work, because they're just passion projects, or just like, hey, I know someone that could put me in a film and I just want to do it because I really enjoy that person, that director, whatever, and they ask me a favor, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see like just how much talent is in here.
Yeah.
The Stevie Lynn Jones, so she's Sarah Knowles, the daughter.
Yeah, the daughter.
She's in Animal Kingdom. I mean, she's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
And then
she did great too. That's one of the characters that really like in the female world that captured me a lot too. Because she, as a kid, she also was convincing to what she was dealing with.
Yep.
So yeah, I like that.
And then I'm going to get his name completely wrong, but Adeto Kumbo McCormick, who plays Father Olawale.
Okay.
Okay. He's currently in X-Men 97. That dude, I feel like he was my favorite character.
Yeah.
And we don't get a lot of him. I wish there was a little bit more.
Yeah.
I understand why there's not a lot of him, and I get it.
Yeah.
But man, like his character is so just it just brought me in.
Yeah.
And I wanted to like I wish there was a little bit more of him at the end.
Yeah.
I understand that, kind of have to pay way for the Felix Fojas. I want to make sure I get his name right.
Yeah.
Because they say Fojas in
Fojas.
they say Fojas in the
yeah.
But man, I understand why they had to pull him away, but I loved his character. I love his tone, his accent, like everything about him, and I want to see more of him. So I haven't seen X-Men 97. I kind of want to see what he is in that.
Yeah, to see the different side of him.
Yeah.
But he did great. Yeah. His character was believable.
And shout out to the girl that, and I don't know her name because I didn't write it down, but she's the one that it plays the deaf girl.
Oh yeah.
So she's kind of involved in the witchcraft, deeper.
Yeah.
But but her character, and she is actually
It was
deaf.
a mystery. Her character was a bit of a mystery, and at the same time, rememberable. You can remember, like, oh yeah, that character. Yeah.
So this is where I wish that we had more representation from the autism community within film, and I'm glad that they involved her having the hearing aids and being able to turn them off, and the sign language and everything that was involved in that, because it's part of life that we don't get enough in film.
Yeah.
And we did this short film contest for Mometu back in November and December.
Let's do another one.
What's that?
For action film, let's do another one.
Yeah.
Or let's do for Halloween, let's do a horror film.
Well, we had this contest.
Okay.
So we had this contest for all short films. It was all like short filmmakers from all over the country submitted films. We had 50 films that were selected to be in this contest, and the winner at the end took home $5,000. And she was actually on our first guest on this podcast, is Jacqueline Rosenthal. And there was another film that was submitted by a girl named Mary Schaefer.
Okay.
And Mary, she is deaf. And so she plays the main character in her film.
Okay.
But she represents a community that is not talked about enough.
Not much, no.
And doesn't have as much of a voice in that, being that they're being deaf.
Yeah.
It's not represented enough. And I'm so happy. I sent this film to her. Because I watched it and I was like, I guarantee she hasn't seen this yet.
Yeah.
And sure enough, she hadn't. She hadn't heard about this actress yet, but now she wants to work with that actress.
Yeah.
She's going to reach out and try to make a film with her, because it's just something we need to get more representation for. So shout out to that character. I wish I had her name written down, but man, she really did an incredible job, which led into the sacrifice that you mentioned.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. It was that
don't
got
spoil
me.
it too much.
Yeah,
but
that got me. That got me.
You in for a treat. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like it's gonna keep you gripping to your chair.
The eyes.
Yeah.
The eyes look at, like, don't do it. I'm just like, it hurt me so bad.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It really hit
there
me
was
in the
another
feels.
There was another film to that touch base on that subject too, with this group of people that's representing. It was Creed 2, I believe, or 3. With Michael B. Jordan, where he has his daughter also special need, and
I did not. I only saw the first one. So you know about? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was amazing. So, but there's not a lot of movie about it, but yet these people exist, and so now that I see this film, I kind of want to include it in
You should.
in the film. Yeah,
You should. I think there's a very sensible way to do it. I mean, there's disabilities or even what we call abilities, because sometimes I think there's super abilities and superhero moments that we can have the representation for autistic, cerebral palsy, the autism community, and so on and so forth. There's so many more, and I feel like there should be more representation.
Yeah,
in that
and
sense,
they are some of the smartest people
100%
exist. They're great with numbers and like they're amazing.
Yeah.
I've worked with one in my club.
An autistic person, or
she was deaf.
Oh, deaf. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay.
Yeah,
So I just want to make sure you're clear about who
yeah.
you're talking about. Okay.
So and the way she communicate with everybody, it's just amazing. And she got people lined up by the bar to like kind of like talking to her.
Yeah.
So
Having a voice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you want to, like, that inspires you to include more
of
diversity within your films.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of platforms that would really get behind that. So
Definitely.
I love that. Final take on the film.
On the film.
Final take, final words.
I hope there's a part 2. And involve the father even more.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's so many open doors left in this movie where they can grab different, pieces to create another part. But overall, congratulations for making this movie, and I think it was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The last thing I love asking my guests, because you did get a chance to kind of go through Mometu and look at the films and everything, who's going to love Mometu? Like, who's going to enjoy using the platform, and why should they use Mometu?
I think everybody. Everybody will enjoy Mometu, whether you from Africa, you from Haiti, you white, black, Asian. And I feel like Mometu has something for everybody. And it's easy to maneuver. It's free, And definitely support Mometu. Tell a friend about Mometu. And why should you watch Mometu? It's free. And there's so many great movies, and it's not like some platform that started and is a bunch of bad movie in there. There's so many great movies in there. And for a platform that just started, it's amazing and it's going places. So I'm
Appreciate
proud
that,
of you,
man.
brother. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Watch it.
Thank you for coming on. Thanks for sharing about yourself earlier on in the episode. Thanks for playing the game. And I really appreciate you sharing your 2 cents about the film, especially coming from a very quality filmmaker in yourself. So
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Mometu Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Mometu app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.